Aloha everyone, and welcome to Connecting with History. My name is Mike Smola, and I'm the Curator of Public Programs at the Hawaiian Mission House's Historic Site and Archives in Honolulu. We're here inside the cellar of the 1821 Mission House, the oldest still standing house in Hawaii, in Dr. Judd's dispensatory, sort of a combination doctor's office and apothecary. Now, Western medicine was not as advanced as some people like to think it was in the early 19th century. Matter of fact, it was very much on par with Hawaiian medical practices. Both sets of practices did use plants as medicine, but Western medicine also used more chemicals and minerals, and also Western doctors did surgery. Native Hawaiians did not do surgery as part of their medical practice. But the end result of whether you're being treated by someone like Dr. Judd or Kuhuna La'au Lapa'au, a Hawaiian medical practitioner, were basically the same. You're either purging, you're vomiting, you're sweating, or you're managing pain. That's pretty much the result no matter who you're being treated by. Now here on the shelf next to me, we have a number of ingredients that we know Dr. Judd used in his medications. And we know that because we actually have his medical supply request letters in our archives today. I'm going to highlight just a few of these. First of all, we have saffron. Saffron was used as a diaphoretic by Dr. Judd. Today we mostly use it in cooking. If you've ever had yellow rice, it probably had saffron in it to make it that bright yellow color. We also have valerian. You can actually find valerian today in a modern drugstore in the supplement section. Dr. Judd used it as a stimulant and an antispasmodic. Next up, we have chamomile flowers. Just like today, chamomile flowers would be ground up and made into a tea. And it's used as a relaxant. It helps people go to sleep and relax, especially in the evenings. Next up, we have cinnamon. Now, cinnamon was used by Dr. Judd as a carminative, which is a fancy medical term for anti-gas. Of course, it's the major component in pumpkin spice today. We also have ginger. Ginger was used by Dr. Judd also as a carminative, but we also know that it's very good for nausea. If you remember when you were a little kid and you were out sick from school, you might have been given ginger ale to help settle your stomach. I get seasick when I go out on boats, and when I do, I always make sure I take a bag of candied ginger with me to help settle my stomach during those sea voyages. And last but not least, we have blue pills, and they're invariably just called blue pills. This is an opiate medication used as a painkiller and was the major painkiller used through the 19th century. Of course, we still use opiates today in modern medicine. If you've ever been given something like morphine as a painkiller, that is an opium derivative. Now, Dr. Judd was one of the few Western doctors here in Hawaii to actually be very interested in Hawaiian medicine. Beginning in the late 1830s, he began taking on Native Hawaiian students and apprentices. Not only did he teach them about Western medicine, but he also had them teach him about Hawaiian medicine. And over the years, he did incorporate Hawaiian medical practices and medical ingredients into his own practice. Now, one of the most important things that Dr. Judd did during his missionary medical practice is he published the first medical textbook in the Hawaiian language, Anatomia, or Oko Ke Kanaka Kino in Hawaiian. And this was based on Jerome found Crowninshield Smith's class book of anatomy, a book he was familiar with from attending Fairfield Medical College in upstate New York. Now, one of the most interesting things I find about Dr. Judd's book is that it is illustrated. And this was done through a process called copper plate engraving, which Native Hawaiians were learning to do at Lahaina Luna Seminary on Maui. So the printing and the engravings were most likely done by Native Hawaiians for this book. Now, this happens to be one of my favorite images, and it shows a skeleton praying. One of the other really important things that Dr. Judd did during his medical practice during his lifetime is at the request of the royal government, he formed the first medical school here in Hawaii in 1870. He had 10 Native Hawaiian students, and when the school closed in 1872, all of them graduated as what we would call today country doctors for rural districts. So Thank you so very much for joining us here today. Mahalo and aloha.